Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Star Technology. Alright, so here we are today, episode 10. Now, last episode we got a lot done, some big jumps in technology, as it were. We got the lapidary dynamo and the blast furnace, to name two big things. Now, the blast furnace is going to allow us to get into the MV age, which, if you recall last episode, we were working on the sapphire resources, green sapphire, blue sapphire, both of those processed down into aluminium dust. So we have a stack of ingots now. That should be enough to jumpstart our way into MV. We're also going to have to get into Signalum today. And, well, I did a little bit off camera to prepare for today. Nothing too crazy or big. I did do a little bit remodeling here with the coke ovens. I'm trying to work on automating these a little bit better. Now, mind you, these are only extracting the sugarcane and inputting them right now. I plan to put some buses on the backside and have them extract the charcoal. But I'll get to that a little later. Ideally, though, we probably won't be worrying about charcoal production for very much longer. Alright, so I did a little crafting here. Got some redstone flux cells. Now, these hold about 1 million RF, or about 250 EU. And, yeah. Dynamos here. Oh, yeah, I was gonna make the augments for this one, but I'll get to that soon enough. Now, there is this other block here, the low voltage high amp transformer. This is how we're going to power some MV machines so that we can get the Signalum that we're going to need to make MV wire and whatnot. So I think that's about it for coverage today on what I did off camera. Yeah, I think all of this was really covered on camera last time. Now, we're going to need to get a cutter still. Oh yeah, here's that quest. Now that redstone flux cell was just redstone, lead, electrum. Nothing too crazy. Wasn't there something else that we needed? I forget. Oh, do we not? Oh yeah, so we'll make the arc furnace today as well. Okay, so for Signalum, we are needing to make dust, which comes from mixing redstone, copper, and silver in a mixer of 3 circuit. So let's go ahead and let's get like a big batch of this. Oops, let's see. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. So silver, that should be enough to get us going. Now, did I not make the arc furnace? No, I guess I didn't. Okay. I guess I have the graphite now. That's the thing. Anyway, silver. Okay, I'm gonna need to process this silver. Get that macerated up. Where's the brick dust? I was making something with that. Okay, so we're gonna need a little bit more silver. We're gonna do this. I don't know. I don't think we have enough silver coming out of here. Is that... Okay, we need 48. Oh, we need a full stack, it looks like. Is there something that I can centrifuge or electrolyze to get what I need? Silver oxide, signalum, silver's... Doesn't appear to be... Okay. So I might have to do a little cut in order to get some more. But let's see. 32, 48. So yeah, that will take some time. Okay, let's we'll do a little detour. So the arc furnace. Okay. We're gonna need to get some plates. Now I did get a crap ton of rubber while off camera. Boop boop boop. Steel, red alloy. We're gonna need some tin. Tin, I say. Steel, copper. So, oh my god, please let me type. Let's do this. Let me go ahead and jump cut. I'll get the arc furnace materials going. And then I'll get the signalum materials. And we'll go from there. Okay, everybody. We are back. So, I got us 4 stacks of signalum. Let's go ahead and drop these in here. And that's going to take 40 seconds per. Now, we should have power for the time being. If I need to pump more diamonds in there, I will. But, yeah. So while that cooks, let's run over to our storage. And we'll grab the arc furnace. So yeah, I went ahead and crafted that off camera. While I was getting all the dust and such for the signalum. Okay, so the arc furnace. Now normally I think this was a way to get wrought iron before. But there's also annealed copper, glass, yeah, wrought iron, tempered glass. So it kind of cuts out the kiln at this point. So that's pretty cool. All right, so what do you... Oh, there we go. Our first signalum. And I think for the quest's sake, we're going to want to put that through the wire mill. Make sure that's on Uno. And yep, there we go. Get that, get that. Okay, so there's the machine hull quest. We're gonna jump up to here. We're gonna get the centrifuge and the electrolyzer. But, oh yeah, it's a roadblock that I forgot about. Let's see here. Hold on. Blue. See. Phenolic circuit boards. Wood. I think that's supposed to be charcoal. Hold on. Let's, okay, made with either sodium persulfate or iron chloride. Both are explained in the processing lines chapter. Get iron 3 chloride or sodium persulfate to etch your circuits. One of the following quests needs to be completed. Oh. Okay, so yeah, we need to segue to getting the fluids. Let's see. Copper chloride? Copper 1 chloride? Yeah, that's not anything. I think we're going to want to do the iron chloride. Maybe. Let's see. Hydrochloric. Hold up. Where is the quest that I'm looking for? Where the heck did it go? Where benzene? Oh, here we go. Right. So either way, we're going to have to start dealing with sulfur dioxide to trioxide to sulfuric acid. Now the bisulfite, we're going to need salt for that. I don't even know if we're getting salt right now. We're able to get salt right now, rather. If I go to the hydrochloric acid, hydrochloric is still going to need chlorine of some sort with hydrogen. And hydrogen. Oh, wait, hello. Sodalite. That we can use. So we can get some chlorine that way. Now the hydrogen, yellow limonite, goethite, distillery, water and methane, sulfuric acid, water and potassium, MV. Excuse me. Okay, I need to figure out some things here. Don't see I'm sufficient. Medicines must. Oh. Seawater. Is that, okay, I see. So, salt and water and a barrel transformation should lead to seawater? That makes sense. Okay, let me do a little pause here. I'm gonna figure out some planning, and then we'll come back and get to work. I might just get also some machines on the side while we're away, so I don't have to do another cut. But I should be able to get that seed water, right? And then we can process that to get rock salt. And we process that to get some salt. Saltpeter. Rock salt. Let's see. Macerate. Macerate. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit inefficient. But we need to get salt. Now, does that mention it anywhere? Let's see. Water. There are multiple ways to do this. For demonstration purposes, this method is shown. What does it say about chlorine? Doesn't. Okay. Like I said, I'll pause here. I'll be back in a few. Hey, everybody. We're back. So I did some crafting and managing of stuff, and so I may have gotten a little confused initially. So with the seawater, right, we make that with the barrel, right, and then we process it in a centrifuge, right, and we get the salt water. Well, the salt water that gets turned into the chlorine and the hydrogen. Now, the hydrogen and the chlorine is what we're going to be using to make the chloride 3. Probably should have just looked it up. All right, we need the hydrochloric first. There we go. Excuse me. So get the hydrochloric from combining those two, right? And then we combine it with iron dust. We get our hydrogen back, and we get the iron chloride. So with the iron chloride, then we'll go and make the phenolic circuit boards, the phenolic printed circuit boards, right? And then from there, we can make the good circuits. Now, I got confused initially as well, maybe not on camera, but off camera. The diodes can be made with copper wire and gallium arsenide. I got concerned by this originally, but that's obviously a improved recipe, if you will, because you can see we get 1 and the other one was 4. Only other thing that we need to worry about then is liquid glass, which, you know, no big deal. We just melt glass. I'm assuming, oh yeah, there we go. There's that. There's always an extra tab, and it's never like in one tab for some reason. But yeah, glass, boom. And I have some glass. I also have gallium, or arsenic and gallium. Now gallium we are getting pretty regularly through, you know, ore processing and this and the like. I think it was, oh yes, sphalerite is one way. But then the arsenic, that comes from real gar. And real gar we're getting from our, you know, our void extractor machine. Yeah, right there, the real gar geode. And yeah. Okay. You know what? Hold on, I hear double music. All right. Okay. Let's see where. There we go. So let's hop on over to our mixer situation. Let's grab that out of there. Let's see. Gallium arsenic. That's going to be a number 1 mixture. Okay. So that's going to take some time. Once we get that, it was the small piles we would need, so that would give us 1:4 ratio. So let's see. That's 9. There we go. So there's our first bit of gallium arsenide. Okay, let's look at our quest book. That unlocks some more quests. We got the real guard, we got the gallium arsenide quest. Now that leads us into the diode and the monocrystalline silicon Boules quest. So for the Boules, we're going to need that gallium arsenide as well, and we're going to need silicon. Now, I don't know if we really have silicon right now. Clay is going to be a way. There's also sodalite, and that would give us chlorine as well. Now, do I have sodalite? I should. Okay, so let's see. Can I... Ew. Molten ore mixture, you say? Am I gonna have to, like, macerate this down first? Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to do that. Okay. Now we can't do the clay dust processing right now because it's going to need medium voltage, and we're working our way into getting the medium voltage machines. So what I will do is I'm going to run this sodalite back through the grinder, and I might have to do another skip in order to get the silicon that we're going to be needing. But before that, let's look at the diode. So yeah, copper wire and the gallium arsenide, the glass. Now, I did go ahead and make up a lot of basic circuits, 96 to be precise. And the good circuit is going to need 3 per, right? So that's going to be 90, that's 20, no, 32? Yeah, 32. I don't know why that was so hard for me to figure out. Math hard. Okay, so with all that, let's see here. We're going to need 64 diodes, 248 copper wire. Looks like about 48 piles of small gallium arsenide, which that would be about 12 regular dust piles. And I know I'm making more steel as we speak. So let's see. Let me go back over to the mixer situation. That's enough for sure. But we're good on that. Meanwhile, gonna need to get some copper going. And I think I put all my copper back into the system. That'll do. That should be enough copper, I think. Yes. So at this point in time, the Signalum that we were smelting up is all smelted. I should probably go ahead and grab... Did I put it away? I may have put the rest away, but there's more. Let's go ahead and go to the... Okay, no, that's being in use. I was going to say, I should probably... Well, first, let me look at this. Because I believe this is supposed to be a superconductor wire. Signalum wire. Okay, so the 1 times is going to be a 16 amp, so that's pretty cool. Cool. So it just kind of like goes up from there. Man, I'm wondering how bad it was that I was not taking into account amperages in my previous Let's Play and was still kind of going off of the idea that the 1 times, the 2 times, whatever, that number is how many amperages it could take. I don't know. I'm rambling here. Okay, so anyway, we won't need to have a lot of amperages. I could just probably go for the 2 times just to kind of, you know, quote unquote future-proof things a little bit. So once I get all this copper wire milled, or whatever the proper word is, we can work on the Signalum wire. Then let's see, how are you doing over here, sodalite? There you are. So the sodalite needs to go into the centrifuge. So we are at the mercy again of more waiting. Where did sodalite go? There we go. So that's going to take some time to all process out. There's sodalite. With that sodalite... Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's a interesting predicament. That's going to be a 1-to-1 situation. And so... What, how much I have in there? About 54? I don't think we're going to have enough silicon to do what we're gonna need to do. But there's got to be another way to get more silicon. I might be overcomplicating things just a bit. Blue topaz, let's see. What, silicon dioxide, wasn't there... There used to be a trick about this. Okay, there's a way. Question is... Aha, sand. Okay, cool. So that's something that I'm going to do off camera. I'm going to go ahead and get a lot of sand processed into silicon dioxide and then get it electrolyzed. So let's see. If we're dealing with numbers here, we're going to need 32 at least silicon dust times the 3. We're going to need 96 silicon dioxide, which means we're going to need about 12 stacks of sand. Okay, so I'll just pull that back out of there. Meanwhile, you are almost done. Right then. Now, the Boule itself is going to take quite a bit of time to make anyway. About 8 minutes. Maybe 7 minutes. 7.5, roughly. So that's going to be extra time that I will be away. All that being said, I'm going to take care of all of this chain processing. We'll come back. I'll have the silicon made and then thrown into the EBF to get that Boule. And then with that Boule, we'll come back and we'll put it into a... Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, never mind. Advanced cutter. Hold up. The vanadium steel. I realize you now. Let's see. Vanadium. I don't think we need to worry about Boule or wafers just yet. Yeah, no, I'm getting ahead. I am confusing myself. So let me pause here. I'm gonna come back and have figured out what we're going to do next. Okay, see you in a few. And we're back, everybody. All right, so it looks like our Boule finished. Now we can't do anything right now with this, but it'll be there for later. Now, the other thing I forgot to address is that I set up some Signalum wire, and we're going to put, like, medium voltage machines right here. That's the temporary setup. I'm really just trying to get into AE2, and then I can really start getting the base going and design better and such. And then there was this little pipe stack that I did for storing oxygen, chlorine, and hydrogen. Just temporary stuff, surely. Okay, so I have some diodes already crafted up. Remember, that's just copper wire, the gallium arsenide, and the liquid glass. So that should be good. Did I... There we go. Oh, wait. Music? Hello? Okay, anyway, okay, so we're gonna need some iron. Let's see. Probably better to go with that. And while that cooks, let's take out you and you. Give me that barrel. Okay, where's my reactor? Where's my barrels? Hydrogen. No, that's glue. And chlorine. And there's our hydrochloric. And we're gonna need about 12 buckets of that. I think that... Oh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Okay. That should be enough for what we need. So with the hydrochloric acid, we're going to put that into a chemical reactor again with the iron dust. And we'll just let this kind of peter out. Wait, where did my hydrogen chloride... Nani? Oh, I guess I didn't pick it up before. Oh dear. Okay. I need to figure out how to get hydrochloric acid out of there. I'm wondering if I'm gonna have to get a lot of buckets. Now, I'm not sure this is gonna work. Okay, we'll go in the drum. Okay. Let's see. Might have to do this really manually. Let's grab the iron there, and then put that there, and then put you there. And it needs to be uno. Oh. Oh. Actually, this might work. Yay, there we go. Oh, God, that felt horrible. Now, I don't know how to hold acids in this without, like, the use of the Endurio pressurized tanks. Those are pretty great to have, I'll tell you that much. Maybe it's because you need the hermetic sealed whatever nonsense tanks, but we don't got those yet, so kind of up shit creek right now. Okay, so let's see, where's my hydrogen? We'll grab that out of there. Grab that out of there. Okay, so for the hydrogen chloride, now we're going to need that silver. So we need 32 pieces of silver ingots. Let's waddle on over here. Now I know I have more silver somewhere. I could have sworn. Did I use all my silver? Okay. It might be up Short Creek. Now I'm gonna need 8 more pieces of silver, so I'm gonna have to do another pause to go get more silver. Which, our silver means we're gonna need to get I'm pretty sure it's silver dust. Steamore Factory, Galena. Oh, silver. The other way I was getting silver was a drilling machine. Is that, Okay, we got some silver there. It's not gonna be enough, but get the ball rolling. Let me go get some... Actually, let me double check before I cut if I need any more other crucial resources. Looks like we're good to go. So let me go get more silver and I'll be back and we'll finish this off. This crafting bit. And we're back, everybody. All right, so... Oh, hold on. There we go. So here are the Phenolic printed circuit boards. Got everything printed up. Use the chloride, foil, those boards. So let's grab that. And we'll grab that chloride out of there. Let's run back down over to the chest and see if we can craft. Yes, we can. 32 circuits. Baby. Now, I wish I had a better texture pack for this. I probably do. But I just gotta go and figure it out. Okay. So, let's grab those quest coins. I can speak. Now we're going to want to make some holes, which I think I prepared some plates and copper cables for. More on that in a bit. We're going to want to get, like I said, a centrifuge, electrolyzer, and a cutter. So let's go ahead and make some machine holes. 2, 3. Did I not grab aluminum plates? Or I may have not made enough. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure. I swear, music, you are useless to me. Better, I guess. Oh, Shiza. Yeah. I'm sure I can reprocess this. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, anyway, let's go back over here. One, 2, 3. Okay. So the copper cables, they are made in an assembler with rubber. Rubber with the copper wire. So those are our first cable that we are not able to just coat by hand. Okay, so we're gonna need to make some motors. And BattleNet, you are getting on my last nerve. I really just need to turn that crap off. The notification pings and everything. Okay, the electrolyzer does not need any motors, but we still gotta make that. The cutter is gonna need 1 motor? 3 motors. So, we should probably go ahead and make 6 motors. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for a nice 8. Okay. So we are gonna need to go get some more rods. And it looks like we're also gonna need to make aluminum as well. So I'll pop those in there. Copper, nickel. Can I make that too? Excuse me. Okay, right. I gotta go get some copper and nickel. Do I have any copper? Surely I have some smelted somewhere. I swear to God. Wouldn't it be over here? No. Do I have anything? Does iron turn to copper or is no? No. Ah, scheiße. Let's see if I can't reclaim some copper, but I know it's not going to be enough. I'm going to need 16 pieces as is. Could probably use some of this copper wire too. Yeah, should be okay. Now, is that going to be a 2x2? It will. Okay, so maybe we might be in a good business. That being said, I'm going to do some material processing off camera. I was trying to just rush a lot of this MV stuff today. And for the most part, it did work out pretty good. Just a little more. And boop. Okay. Let's go pop this into our smeltery. Okay. How's our stuff going? There's that lathe. Aluminum. So we got to put 4. Now the magnetic steel. Shit. All right, we're gonna need to backtrack a bit here. Okay, cool. We don't need all that much for the polarizer, just tin and iron and a machine casing. Let's try to zerk through this real quick. Machine hole. I don't think I have any. Please tell me I have some goodie. Screw it. We'll just put the lot in there. Okay. Let's get a couple of iron rods cooked up. Couple of tin wire, which means we need 2 times, so yep, there's that. And we're also going to need a little more as well. Oop, gotta go get more power for the dynamos. And sorry, I apologize if you're able to hear my gum in my mouth. I am on a really bad habit with chewing gum right now. I'll try to manage myself a little bit better. All right. Just need like one more process here and we should be good. Let's get rid of you. Why are you in there? Oh, wait. Right. Oh, it's over here. I was like, oh yeah, it's in that machine. No, it's the bender. Where is my brain today? Okay, that should be fine. Back over here. Yeah, I knew not making this was gonna bite me in the butt. Oh, God, please, would you work? Eh? Okay, let's get that there. There we go. Christ, okay. Let's go put this right there. All right, so we got this steel rods going there. Now we should have the copper smelted up by now. Okay, so copper nickel. There's that. And then we're gonna mill all of this copper nickel. Let's see, anything going on in my attention? I don't think so. Sorry, I clicked kind of fast. Alright, so while we're waiting for the rest of that copper nickel, let's get that going. So we'll be able to get the cutter today, the electrolyzer, and the centrifuge, which will allow us to process some of the things that we have been meaning to process. Also, I'll be able to start making clay dust into aluminium. Now, I might do something off camera where I make a very rudimentary automation where, excuse me, I put like a hopper into the electrolyzer and have that all output into a barrel or a drum. I mean a drawer, and there is a trash can in here. That's good. Although, I'll have to think, because I'm gonna want to save the oxygen that gets made, but then, you know, void the rest. I think I could put a drum on the closest node on the pipe and then have the trash can at the far end. That way it should do first in, last in, or first in, whatever. So there's some MV wires already. I mean MV wires, MV motors. Let's get the rest of them. Where are we? Okay. It's gonna be a wee bit of a longer episode. I hope you don't mind. Alright, almost done. There we go. Alright, let's get to business. So, the electrolyzer. We need silver wire. God damn it. Wait, do I not have glass, really? Oh, I must have used it all. Alright, can we make the centrifuge right now? Yes, that we can make. Centrifuge! Let's do this. Alright. Oh, you know, I got a better idea. I'll probably use the thumbnail as these machines are right up here. Go away, phone. It's gonna beep again. I hit the snooze button. Cutter. Ew. Okay, that's gonna need a little bit of extra love. We're gonna need vanadium steel. Now that I think about it, I don't think we'll be able to get this right now. What was it about vanadium steel? Mixer, chromium, vanadium. So we're gonna need a mixer. Vanadium magnetite. There you are. Source vanadium. Okay, well, we have the centrifuge now. So we can get the vanadium magnetite, and then we process that, we get the vanadium dust. Okay. And then the chromium. Vanadium, steel. No, that's not it. Electrolyzer? Ruby dust. Chromite. Now, chromite or ruby dust, ruby, we can get ruby gems, I know that much. But chromite, that's a metal mixture. Chromite sludge. Okay, so there's some processing we got to do with that. So that being said, I think plans might shift to. I thought I made you. Let's get the last little pieces of the machines needed for the electrolyzer. And then I can go and get some more resources off a camera between episodes. So I'm going to do... Wait, I want to check something. Stainless, aluminum. No, okay. I thought maybe I could do a little cheat and get some silver. Okay. Let me go get some more silver and some glass. We'll get the electrolyzer and then we'll wrap up. All right, back in a bit. Okay, we got the electrolyzer now. Get down there. Okay. Clay dust. Let's go and just quickly demonstrate the power of what we've unlocked. We're gonna need like a couple bits of clay, at least 13. Okay. So yeah, at some point we'll get this automated. I'll probably be with AE2, you know? All right, so you can see there, it takes about 9 seconds. We get, oh, it's outputs water. Okay, well, that's a different story. I can just avoid that. But yeah, silicone, sodium, lithium, and aluminium, all for us, baby. So let's get the daytime going. I'll get the thumbnail and we will get on out of here. Okie dokie. All right, so that is an episode for today. I hope you did enjoy. Please leave a like or comment down below if you did. It really helps me out, shows me you care. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next one. We are that much closer to AE2, and then things will start to pick up. See you next time. Ta-ta for now.